Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 12. So let's get to it, shall we? First up, Candy and Todd. They are discussing how they are about to embark on this new Parenthood, and they are nowhere near prepared. To me, it's like we are going on with our lives, not realizing that we're going to have a small little human being with us. And yes, a new baby definitely does challenge a family, especially if their kids are big, so it's been a long time. Candy feels like she's forgotten pretty much everything that has to do with a newborn. But I think those instincts will kick back in once, she's back in the full swing of mommyhood. Now, they're trying to discuss who's going to take what shift. Candy wants Todd to take the middle of the day shift, and I was like, girl, you are tripping. If my husband would have offered to take the middle of the night shift, I'd have been all for it, because you guys bless my husband's heart. He was not the most helpful when my children were newborns. And my kids, well, actually, Jada slept through the night fine from the very beginning. I mean, literally from the beginning. She would sleep midnight till 6 in the morning. To me, that was like the golden hours of the day. Okay, so, but Joe up every couple of hours. He just was up all the time. So if my husband would have been willing to take that middle of the night shift, bitch, because you don't know how tired you are until you ain't slept all the fuck the night long. Because listen, your body is programmed to want to sleep at night. I don't give a damn how much you sleep all the damn day. At night, the body is like, okay, it's time for night. At about 3 o'clock, 3:15, that shit is the pits. So yeah, she wanted him to do, I think she said 11 to 6 or something, and he was like, no, when he gets in from hanging out, that he'll take that shift. I was like, fine, girl. She gonna figure it out the best way she can, though, right? But, they're having this Lamaze class, or they're just meeting with a coach that's gonna kind of get them prepared. The coach gets there, and, she wants to go to the nursery and kind of talk to them there. They got the nursery together, just like real niggas, we ain't prepared. I guess they got a lot of other shit going on with trying to film the show and everything, so, they ain't took the time, honey. I had my damn, baby nursery set up. I was 6 months pregnant. And that is definitely the Capricorn in me, honey. I had my bag packed. Nigga was ready for whatever. The coach is asking them if they're going to breastfeed, and Candy is just like, I'm not really into the whole breastfeeding when they walking around and talking. I was never a breastfeeding kind of person. Hats off to everybody, all the mothers out there who want to do it. It's just not something that I wanted to do. I know it's a it's a hot topic right now, you breastfeeding your children until they're ready to self-wean. I'm not downing anybody who wants to do it. I remember I had a friend whose child used to walk around and, talking and everything, walk up to the mom and try to pull a titty out the bottom of her sweater when he wanted to, to drink. So, yeah, to me, that was a whole lot, but again, you don't want to get into it with these people that breastfeed, because they believe 100% in their cause, and good for them, okay? It's amazing that we as women are able to feed our children, naturally. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, it just was not for me. But that's it on Candy and Todd. Now let's skip over to Phaedra. She is talking to little Aiden. Okay, I guess Aiden is old enough to kind of comprehend things a little bit better than the other one. They are going to be making a birthday card for Daddy. And they show us this part just so that we can see that she does keep her boys involved in her husband's life, even though he's in jail, and even though that's not what the blogs are reporting. So I'm sure she's making it a point to make sure that we see that he's doing that. Okay, we don't know if the motherfucker is ever making it to the damn mailbox, but at least we know that they took some steps. But let's see, in the show, she decided that now is the time that she wants to press forward with this divorce. She meets with her lawyer. They just decided they're going to get Apollo's lawyer down there to speak to, so they can figure out, exactly the ins and outs and try to make this shit as least as painful and, as least a spectacle as they can. And then we see the lawyer who, who's been the lawyer for everybody else. He comes on down, and the lawyer is just like, look, the ball's in your court. I mean, I'm representing Apollo, but he don't really have too many rights, bro. Man is in jail, so it's not too much that we can do. Like I said, they're trying to do this co-parenting thing. Phaedra already told the lawyer that she's not going to be taking her son to the prison that Apollo was in originally. I know he's been moved to a lower security prison, but it's in New Jersey. So it's a better prison, but it's further away. So, I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, it's not like she can't afford to get up there to see him. Pretty much the lawyer said, you guys figure out what you want, put that shit on paper, and, we sign it, and, we'll get this marriage done and over with. And then lastly, Cynthia, she meets with her team because she wants to talk about getting a eyeglass commercial together for her Cynthia Bailey eyewear. She's still on this whole wanting Kenya and Kim to co-direct. I can't help but think that, she has Bravo breathing down her neck and saying that, they want her to include them both, because otherwise, why would you even want to put those two together? Oil and water. They haven't gotten along this whole season. That's definitely for drama's sake, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. I just wanted to get these three out the way before we get to the meat of the show. Now, Kim had a big part in the show today. She wants to make it very evident to us viewers that, she's all about self-love and self-preservation, and not as what's the word that I'm looking for? Not as, I don't want to say fake and phony, but not as, God, what is the word? I'm going to put it on the screen because I know it's going to come to me. She doesn't want people to see that she's the way that these girls are, that she has much more substance and girth to herself. So Kim has her stylist come over, and as soon as that bitch walked in the door, I said, okay, now this makes sense why Kim looked the way she looks. You guys, I looked at that damn stylist, and if she wasn't another motherfucking Kim walking through that damn door, I know something. Same big blonde hair, okay, same style. That's a 1990s kind of bohemian look that they be having going on. I mean, I'm all for the bohemian look. Can we bring it into the new decade, 2 decades down? But Kim is telling her about the trip to Washington, D.C., how it didn't really go all that well. Then she tells her that she wants to have this brunch for these girls. We're going to call it a beatless brunch. Beatless would mean that, the girls would come with no makeup on. The stylist thinks it's a great idea, Kim believes it's a great idea. Kim calls all the girls and tells them, she gives them this group message about how she wants to invite them over to her house for this beatless brunch. Okay, this is celebrating the natural you and the natural beauty that you have, and everybody is to come to this brunch with no makeup on. Okay, everybody is just listening to the damn message like, oh God, leave it to this bitch to come up with some bullshit like this. Now, you guys, I'm gonna get up on my soapbox a little bit during this part. You guys, please allow me to pontificate. Before we even get on this subject of the brunch and what happened there, let me just explain to you guys how we as women, we rely on things that we feel make us look better. Be it our makeup, be it our hair, be it our nails, our clothes, whatever it is that we do that we feel that we need to enhance our look, that's what we do. It is extremely difficult to have a public image and, be comfortable with getting on camera without your makeup on. I know that even being on YouTube, I do get on here and I don't have on makeup a lot of times, but it wasn't easy at the very beginning. I did it, but I was always self-conscious. Now, there's two things that work for me is the fact that I'm far away from the camera, and the other fact is that I don't have a high definition camera. So when I'm on here, you guys can't see when I'm having bad skin days, but I do have them. I actually have problematic skin, and one day maybe I'll do a video about it, but my skin used to be terrible. First of all, I didn't have any acne all through high school, all through college. At the beginning, didn't have any acne, and then when I got to be around 25 years old, my skin just went crazy. I went through all these steps. I was getting on all different kind of medications, and I wouldn't stay on it. I wouldn't stay consistent. It would make my skin worse. Got to the point where I took Accutane right before I got married, because then when I got engaged, I was like, I cannot be walking down. I mean, I had the kind of acne that hurts your face. Okay, you bend over and it feels like it pulsates, like all the pressure goes to the acne, and it was just like the kind that was cyst, like it was just gross. I always say my husband must have really loved me, because he got with me at the time when my skin was probably the absolute worst, and I used to wear loads of makeup and all of that. And then when I got on the Accutane, and it made my skin flawless. Okay, the Accutane definitely made it flawless, although Accutane has a really bad rep now, and you can't even get on it really anymore. And so we'll talk about that whenever I do another video. But to make a long story short, even to this day, I put medication on my face every single night. Every single night. I use clindamycin, I use Retin-A. Those are the things that battle my skin problems. But if I don't put that on my skin will break out. There are days when my skin is all fucked up. You guys can't really see it because I'm far away. I'll have spots and I'll have bumps and things like that. The hyperpigmentation is crazy. One little bump will turn into a spot. I can't be in the sun. It's a lot that goes along with trying to take care of your skin, but that's something that I have decided that I will do for myself because I'm concerned about how I look. That's not the only reason, but part of it is because I have to be on camera and I'm concerned about what people will say about my skin. The same with my hair. Okay, you guys don't know how stressful it is when I come up with a new hairstyle or something and I'm not really sure. Now it's fine because you guys have seen me short and you see me long, but when I had my weave and then I wanted to go to short, I was really stressed out about how people were going to react to how it looked on camera. So even at my level, which is very, very small level, I can understand how we as women are concerned about our appearance when we're on because now social media will magnify and make things so much bigger and harder. People will screenshot it, they'll have it all over the social networks, and then all of a sudden it's just like, well, damn. Okay, I can't walk around made up all the time. So I understand why the girls were all very apprehensive about getting on camera without their makeup. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say that they should all be real comfortable because there are times when I'm not even comfortable with getting on the camera. And the only reason why I do is because I just told you why. But when I look at my high definition TV and I look at the girls, even with their face made up, you can see where there are flaws. So you can just imagine if they get up there with no makeup on, how people will see it. I didn't think that the girls were going to come without makeup, and a lot of them came with less makeup than they normally would wear. But I'm not going to beat up on the girls for not showing up without their makeup. It's just Kim is a new person to the show, so she's probably more comfortable with not having to wear makeup because we haven't had the chance to beat up on her like we have everybody else on the show. So she's comfortable without that, but we'll see how long that lasts. Okay, if she stays on the show, because as the season goes on, you can tell right now she got that ponytail with the silky hair. Like, I don't think I would have ever thought that Kim would have that look because she's always been very, she's had locks and then she had the big wild curly hair, but it's always been very natural, to Kim. So the show is already affecting how she is. But anyway, let me get back to the show because I didn't talk long enough about that. So when the girls got there, we already knew that Kenya was bothered the most by it because when she got into the car with Candy, she just was like, she just don't see the purpose of this, and she has a problem with Kim asking them to do that. So when she got there, I think that it was Kenya's insecurity. Now it was probably Kim's. She probably did that on purpose to kind of focus on the insecurities of the women, but to make it seem like she wants them to love themselves. I do love myself. I just don't love my fucked up skin. When Kenya was going on and just kept on saying like, you want us to come without any makeup on, but you wear weaves and you wear wigs and all of that. I just wish Kenya would have said, listen, my skin, I have skin problems. We've talked about this over the years and I'm not comfortable with coming somewhere without my makeup on. I guess she didn't want to say that because she knew she was going to hear about it later on social media, but that probably would have cut a lot of the talk that people have. Now, her skin is much better than it's been in the past, and I'm sure she's working on it. She's doing whatever she has to do. But I can totally sympathize with bad skin issues. So I don't never really want to talk about people that have bad skin because I'm telling you, I'm going to try to find a picture of when I was in like 1997, how terrible. Oh my God, I'm almost going to cry. It was so bad. I just wish that she wouldn't have carried it on and on, because it was magnifying her insecurity about her skin, when she should have just been like, I'm not going nowhere without my makeup on. Like, that was kind of how Portia was, and that was sort of kind of how Candy was. I felt bad for Kenya. I saw what Kim was trying to do. The fact that she was just like, no, that's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, that's exactly what you was trying to do. You were successful. You were able to put Kenya in a not so confident stance. I still feel like Kenya is a beautiful woman. I feel like all of the women on there are very pretty, even Kim. And I do hate when people feel like just because you have on makeup, or just because you have on, eyelashes or wigs or something, that you don't love your natural self. Okay, because I do. Okay, but I'm just saying, when you have flaws, because people have other things that they're uncomfortable about that we don't get called to the carpet on. You might have a big stomach. Okay, so you don't wear certain things that showcase that, or you might have huge boobs, so you wear different things, or we don't get called on that. Like, oh, you trying to hide your titties that God gave you, or oh, you trying to hide your big ass stomach that you have. And then all of the banter afterwards, people on Twitter and people going on and saying that, Kenya's ugly and she looks like a man. Honey, I can go on about that today, but I won't. And all of that, yeah, that's not the case. Kenya is a pretty woman. People just don't like her. Most of these men that say that she's not pretty, they would jump at the heartbeat. If she wasn't on the show and showing out the way that she does, there's not many men around that would kick her ass out of fucking bed. That's all I got to say about that. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox right now. I guess what I'm just saying is people should kind of cut them a little bit more slack. It's just not that easy to get on camera and show your flaws. Now, child, I done forgot what else happened in the rest of the show. Oh, getting back to Cynthia and this commercial. She wants to meet with Kim and Kenya about filming this commercial. She wants to go off to Jamaica. She says she's seeing sand, she's seeing water, and she's just going to make it a girl's trip to kind of round the whole thing off. These bitches done definitely came up from season 1, huh? They didn't used to do all this traveling. I mean, you would get one trip. Now they get 4, 5 of them in a damn season. So she's talking to Kim about it. They're waiting for Kenya to get there, and Kenya does let them know that, when Cynthia calls her, she's like, I'm not coming because I've had an emergency at the house and I can't leave. And you guys could read in between the lines. You don't even have to read in between the fucking lines. She basically doesn't want to have to deal with Kim. But like I said earlier, why are you trying to have Kim and Kenya work together? I mean, it's just Bravo. We already know it's Bravo, so we ain't even got to go through that no more. Cynthia just keeps on telling Kim like she thinks it would be a good idea for them to, co-direct and co-produce this commercial, and Kim was like, listen, I am not interested in anything like that. Kim comes, she's professional, she's definitely in her director-producer mode when she comes. She's got her, her treatment of the commercial, she has her vision of exactly how she wants it to be, how with the, when you bring the eyeglasses down and you looking through your regular eyes, everything is bland, and then when you put it back on, it's like a fucking party, and the music and everything is great and beautiful. I liked all that she had, and that lets you know right there that she's used to doing this kind of thing. Kim was just like, I'm not interested in co-directing and co-producing anything. When I do a commercial, I'm over the whole damn thing. And why would you need 2 directors for a fucking commercial? It's a 2-minute commercial at best, 2.5 minutes or something like that. Like, you don't need 2 people working on. I mean, this ain't no fucking movie or nothing that we about to do. So I think that Cynthia needs to make the decision of who she wants to be. Maybe she just doesn't want to piss her, her good friend Kenya off. Although she said that she was hurt that Kenya wasn't there, because when Life Twirls On was going on, Cynthia made sure that she was there for her. Now she's kind of seeing that maybe Kenya doesn't have her back the way she had Kenya's. Child, post Cynthia. She always finding out that she's a better friend to them than other people are to her, but... So that's it, you guys. Yeah, I don't know if that was too much of a damn review. I guess it was really me just kind of talking. But yeah, the whole skin issue and the women, trying to be comfortable with loving their natural self and all that. Yeah, whatever. I loves me some makeup. I love me some eyelashes, weaves, nails. I'm going to wear it all if that's what I want to do. Doesn't mean that I don't love myself any less. All right, you guys, so that's it. I still gotta do Real Housewives of Potomac, as Jada calls it. So yeah, let me get off of here with this one. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.